Good afternoon, good evening, everyone, depending on where you have joined from. Welcome to the Braze Live Interactive session for week 4. So this week we're going to be talking about adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution. So for so many of you, you might have gone through the module on logistics and distribution, and you've learned some key things and you would like to ask questions. So the purpose of the live interactive session is for you to be able to engage an industry expert and be able to learn more about whatever it is that you have learned in the module. So today we're having some great personalities that will be talking to us about adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution. But before we dive into all of that, let us establish the agenda for today. So we'll just be doing introduction about AFC. We'll have the membership drive. For those of you that still do not know what the membership community is, that will be an opportunity for you to understand what membership community in AFC is about. We'll have the participant sharing session. We'll have our speakers presentation. We'll also unveil the top scholars for the week. We'll have the Porter walkthrough, and we'll have the closing. So quickly, let us introduce ourselves. I'm sure many of you have started introducing yourselves already in the chat box. So please let us know your name, your country, and your agribusiness. It is an opportunity for you to connect with like-minded entrepreneurs in the comment section. You know, it is actually very important that beyond just listening to the speakers, it's also important to network in gatherings like this, especially with the fact that people are coming from different places, different background, and different experiences. So quickly let us know your name, your country, and your agri-business. My name is Patience Brimo. I'm from Nigeria, and I work as a program officer at African Food Chain Makers. Let's take it a little bit further to let us know how you feel about attending or participating in the live interactive session for week 4. So I actually feel excited. I wish I can just quickly type it into the chat box, like show you the emoji of excitement. We've done week 1, week 2, week 3, and then we are in week 4. So just imagine going through all of the introduction, and then from introduction, you went into strategies in production, after which you did processing, and now we are in distribution, logistics and distribution. It's really exciting for me. So let us know how you feel about this. So before we go further, about African food chain makers, what do you know about African food chain makers? Because most of you, I just realized recently that most of you still think that African food chain makers is just about Braze. No, it is not about Braze. We're actually a community, and that's why we always talk about the membership community. We're actually a community of agripreneurs across Africa that are doing great things. Braze is just one of the programs that we do. We do so many other programs, and if you become a member, you will enjoy all the other programs that we do or we dish out at African Food Chain Makers. So just to reiterate or to remind us, at African Food Chain Makers, we believe that small and medium-sized enterprises are the lifeblood of the food ecosystem in Africa. These enterprises are driven by visionary, dynamic, and innovative entrepreneurs who operate as primary producers, aggregators, processors, distributors, finance and technology providers, chefs, cooks, consultants, and innovators. We call them chain makers. So you see that you are a chain maker. And we also understand that these chain makers are faced with the devastating impacts of climate change, global and local risks and shocks, macro and microeconomic challenges. These entrepreneurs need funding, they need training, they need visibility, they need market linkages and a community of support to successfully scale their businesses. So through the African Food Chain Makers Hub, we enable African entrepreneurs to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses that nourish Africa and the world at large. So how we do what we do is by community, is by data and opportunities, visibility and recognition, as well as learnings and trainings, just like the one we are doing on this call. So quickly, we'll have our membership drive. Today, I want us to do this membership drive early so that you get to understand our membership community, and you also know that you have a whole lot to benefit from being a member than just being a Brace participant. So to do this for us, I will invite the membership officer at African Food Chain Makers to take us through the membership drive. Hi, Nosa, can you hear me? Hi, Nosa, can you hear me?
Hi, Patience, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you. Please, I'll
Okay,
leave this. Go ahead.
thank you so much. And thank you so much. So, to those on the call who are yet to be part of the community, this is a wonderful opportunity for me to take you through what we do at African Food Chain Makers. And for those that are already community members, please indicate in the chat as a change maker. Let me know who my audience is for today. And just as Patience has said, the AFC, the BREST program is just one of the several opportunities we give at African Food Chain Makers. And at African Food Chain Makers, we help entrepreneurs to scale their businesses by providing them with opportunities to scale up their businesses. Thank you so much, Gamba. I see you're already a member. Itonha, thank you. I hope you are a member as well, Itonha. Then for those who are not yet part of the community, you are missing out on a lot, because at African Food Chain Makers, we help you to access opportunities that will help you to scale your businesses. We also promote your agri-businesses by sharing opportunities for you to enter new African and global markets. We have a designated membership opportunities page where our members can get access to funding opportunities, speaking opportunities, exhibition opportunities, most importantly, and opportunities to capacity building initiatives as well. Then we have a community of over 8,000 members from across 49 African countries, and these members interact on a daily basis using the membership dashboard and the membership communities that we have. We have our communications team that helps in promoting our members through different spotlight engagement channels. So we have the Instagram Live, we have the Agri Story Lab, we have the LinkedIn Live. We also have other channels where our entrepreneurs can be spotlighted, including our Instagram and newsletter itself. Then we have our networking events where entrepreneurs can network with themselves. We have online capacity programs, first Thursdays, and other virtual incentives that we give to our entrepreneurs. So for those who are yet to be part of the members, part of the community rather, we have certain criteria that we request for you to become part of the community. First is that you should have an agribusiness that you manage or you own, and that agribusiness must be in existence for at least 6 months. Please note that the agribusiness must be located in an African country. Then he also requires that you have a social media presence, that the business activities that you do can be seen by the audience. Please, next slide. For those who are yet to be part of the community, if you meet those three criteria, what you need to do is to visit the AFC Hub, www.afchub.org, or follow the link that has been provided to you in the chat box. Click on the link to join the community. It takes you to a registration page where you'll be asked to answer some certain questions about your businesses or your personal information. Please ensure that when you are registering to the community, you use an updated version of your Chrome, your Google, your Mozilla Firefox, or any other web browser that you use to get the best version of the website. Ensure that you click on the submit button to show that you've finished your registration and get us notified that this person has been able to submit the registration. Most potential members forget to click on the submit button once they fill the question and assume that the registration process has gone through. Please always click on the submit button for this purpose. Then once you click on submit, you receive a confirmation email. You receive a confirmation email about your status. Confirmation does not mean you've been verified. Confirmation takes approximately 24 to 48 hours for confirmation. By this time, the AFC team reviews your application and see if you meet our criteria. Once that have been confirmed, the team approves your registration and you receive a verification email that makes you a verified member of the community. And by this time, you have complete access to all the membership initiatives that we have and benefits. Benefits including your marketplace where you can upload your product or services to a wider audience. And I would like to know if you started with our onboard our registrations. So if you're on the chat box and you're not yet a member and you've received this information, let me know that you've begun your registration process, and I'll be on the chat box to guide you through the process as well. And over to you, and I'll be over to you, Patience. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Nosa. Thanks for taking us through the membership community. You know that you have to be a member. Like we keep saying this again and again and again and again, because that's where you get the larger benefits from both BRACE program and the other things that African Food Changemakers is doing. So quickly, let's get to the participant sharing session. This is actually one of the very exciting sessions for me, because this is where we get to understand or know that you have taken something away from module 4. So please, does anyone wants to share a key takeaway from module 4? Is there something significant you think that you've learned, or something you didn't know but you got to know after going through the module and the portal? Please raise your hand and we'll ask you to unmute and speak. Okay, so I have Fosia and I have Alinuswe Kapisa. Okay, all right, thank you so much. So Kapisa, I'm asking you to unmute and go ahead. Please go ahead.
Hi, Patience, and hi, everybody.
Hi.
It's been a very interesting module. One thing that's really struck out for me that I had no idea about was the solar-powered refrigerated trucks. I think those are a total game changer. And first of all, the vehicles are electric powered, and then even the refrigeration is solar powered. That's an absolutely green vehicle, you know. So that was a key takeaway for me, and I would love access to that. If you could share, if you could share more how we could have access to such vehicles. That's number one. Number two, the digesters. As I was reading through, as I was going through the module, I kept thinking about how we don't have digesters in Zambia, where I'm from. So we have huge piles of waste. Most of it is organic waste. Some of course is non-biodegradable, but there's so much organic waste all around different towns that just and there's so much dirt. But if we had those digesters that could that converts the waste into energy, yeah, I think that would be a game changer in my country. So I wanted to share that, and also find out if there's any links you could share on the platform about how we could have access to such.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so we'll try to share links in the platform as to how digesters and all that can be found. Fosia Al Hassan, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, ma.
Hi, Fosia.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Nice meeting you again.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you.
Yeah, I always appreciate you and the way you look. You're always shiny. Hoping to be there one day. All right. What I learned. What I learned under this module, adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution. Logistics and distribution are critical components of supply chains, which ensure that goods are delivered effectively and efficiently. And adaptation and mitigation strategies in these sectors focus on managing risks, and reducing environmental impact. And under adaptation strategies, we have diversifying transportation methods. Using multiple transportation modes like road, rail, and the air, etc., to reduce dependency on a single mode and mitigation disruptions. And we have a flexible supply chain design, designing supply chains that can adapt to change and demand patterns, whether events or other disruption. And also under mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution, we have sustainable transportation, investing in sustainable transportation options such as electricity or hybrid vehicles to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We have waste reduction and recycling. Under this, we implement waste reduction and recycling programs in logistic and distribution operation to minimize environmental impact. And we also have risk management, which identify and mitigating risks associated with logistic and distribution, such as natural disasters, cyber threats, or supply chain disruption. In summary, by implementing adaptation and mitigation strategies, logistics and distribution, companies can reduce their environmental footprint, enhance and improve overall efficiency. That's what I learned in summary, ma. Thank you for this
Thank you so much. Thank you. If we leave you, you won't close from here today. Thank you so much for all of that. Looks like you carried your book and decided to jot everything down. Like,
Ma, I read this one is just in summary. The way I read, I said this time around.
All right, thank you so much. So go to the next person, Amina Mohammed. Please go ahead. Let's make it short so that we can have the speakers coming, so we don't take too much. So please, Amina, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, patients. How are you? And good afternoon, fellow BRACE members. So what really struck out for me in Module 4, there was this extra resource that was posted, and I was curious about it, and there were these refrigerated boxes that that somebody actually made. And to me, I work with the Ministry of Agric as a dairy desk officer, and I know one of the challenges we have when it comes to aggregation and distribution of milk, due to its highly volatile nature, it spoils easily. So having it transported from point of production to point of aggregation without spoiling requires cooling. So that really intrigued me. That and I went, thinking that if the government would adopt, such technologies, it will go along in helping our farmers and people into products that require cold chain.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we'll just continue to advocate and speak, and you never can tell where our voice would, be recognized, and eventually we'll have all of these things adopted. The last and okay, Shedrack Shaba, please go ahead. Hi, can you hear me? Hello, Shaba, I cannot hear you. Oh, okay. Shadrach, Shaba, I couldn't hear you, but maybe we just, if you're able to come up later, I would like to listen to you. All right, thank you so much for everyone that have contributed and also talked about their key takeaways. One of the things that we get from all of these things is to understand that you are really following the models in the portal, and then you're getting something keen from it. That's actually very important. to us as a team. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll go to the speaker's presentation now. This is the part where you get to, add more to whatever it is that you have learned in the portal. So our first speaker for today is Jennifer Imoisi. So Jennifer is the co-founder at Tama Limited. She's an award-winning agribusiness professional and climate-smart agricultural advocate with over a decade of experience across fisheries, livestock, and food systems. She's the co-founder of Tama Limited, a company committed to driving sustainable post-harvest solutions, food security, and resilience in African agri-food systems. Jennifer has received notable recognition for her innovative contributions, including winning the Enterprise Leadership Program Award hosted by Leading Ladies Africa and the Coca-Cola Foundation. She emerged as a top 5 finalist in the Eat Safe Innovation Challenge, where she proposed a green solution empowering women food processors in local markets, and was also recognized as a top 10 finalist in the Agribusiness Innovation Challenge, where she championed efficiency-driven, climate-smart solutions for supply chains. She currently runs a fish farm powered by solar energy, where climate-smart strategies are adopted to improve productivity and sustainability. Passionate about the circular economy, Jennifer actively collaborates with stakeholders in black soldier fly production to transform waste into valuable resources for animal feed and soil health. Our work exemplifies the integration of innovation, sustainability, and impact in advancing resilient food systems across Africa. So with some very wonderful ovation in the comment section, let us welcome Jennifer Imoisi to the virtual podium. I will not let her speak if you don't give me the ovation I want in the comment section. All right, thank you, everyone. Please, let's welcome our first speaker for today. Good afternoon. Hi, Jennifer. Good afternoon.
Hi, Patience. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, AFC. Good
You're
afternoon,
welcome. Please,
everyone.
over to you, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So it's such a pleasure to be here with everyone today. And I want to congratulate the participants on reaching week 4. It's not easy. So thumbs up to you guys. Well done. Okay, so week 4 is the adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution. And we've already learned a lot of things, and the content I could listen to our sharing when we shared the things we've learned, our take home, and it's very on point. So quickly, I'll start this section by just asking us, what is your biggest logistics challenge? So you could type it in the chat box. While we're typing, because we'll go back to that question. So while we're typing, I'll just want to give a brief about logistics and distribution. Many times when we hear about adaptation and mitigation strategies, logistics and distribution is not usually like in the limelight. It's usually like, okay, against crop, what's the resilience? What resilience can we build for crop farmers, for livestock farmers? But that thing of logistics and distribution is just usually like in the shade. Meanwhile, if we leave it unattended to, the crops, the livestock, and whatsoever will not even get to the target markets. So that's how vital logistics and distribution is. And I'm so happy that in the course of this program, there's a module dedicated to it. So whether we are moving food, medicine, essential goods, logistics suffer from climate shocks. Imagine if you are taking goods to the market, and we know that farmers many times are out of town. The route you're supposed to pass is flooded, and you are having perishable goods in transit. You know what that can be? That can translate to a very huge loss. So 2 keywords for me that stood out in this module: adaptation and mitigation. Adaptation means that we are adjusting to the system to withstand shock. So it's not like we are, doing much. It's like these shocks are already there. So what can we do to adapt? Whereas mitigation means that we are reducing the impact, like we are trying to prevent. So what can I be doing now that will prevent, adverse effects, like adversely affecting my business climate-wise and all. So when we talk about adaptation strategies, I want to point out 4 things. Infrastructure resilience. Under this, it means that we need to design our warehouses, our cold storage, our transport routes in a way that they can withstand flood and extreme heat or drought. Now, while some might not be within our purview, like maybe the road network, there are certain things we can do as, future leaders in this resilient space in the agri-food system. So, for example, if you want to construct a warehouse, you should find a way of constructing it in a way that is going to be powered by renewable energy. And even when you are using cold storage, thank God for the cost that, the content in the refrigerated boxes, and, we are having more and more of these mobile transport units, Cold Hub, Ecotutu. So we have to consider that whatever infrastructure we are using for our business can be climate resilient, can be able to withstand droughts, can actually use, when we are talking about maybe in transport, can use less fuel or less, global warming potential energies that can cause global warming. So we need to now start considering using less energies and something that can withstand extreme heat and drought. Another thing I would like to point out is diversified logistics network. So we also need to look out for the transport routes, the supplier, our network should be robust. And how can our network be robust? Every 1 year, I see that we are like 203 participants. So we already have a robust network. Joining AFC, like African Food Changemakers, is already a large network. Because if I'm a transporter, for example, a transporter of, let's say, fish, for example, I move dried fish, and I need to supply to someone in another state. I'm currently based in Edo State. I need to supply someone, let's say in Port Harcourt. Now, I should be able to find out the route that would optimize energy, the route that would get my goods there faster and safer, because that way I'm reducing carbon footprint and I'm also making my business climate resilient. So that's another thing we need to talk about or consider when we are talking about adaptation strategies. How can I diversify my network? Then must I transport from Benin to Port Harcourt? What if I collaborate with another processor in Port Harcourt? And because my client is in Port Harcourt, I reach out to that person in Port Harcourt saying, okay, I have this order I'm supposed to meet the order, and let's see how we can have a sharing formula. These are the way we need to start thinking now to actually ensure that our businesses are climate smart, especially when it comes to logistics and distribution. Then another, on number 3, that's technology adaptation or adoption. So we need to start considering how we would use technology in our business. The world is going global. The world is going global, and like I said earlier, networking with other people. So the use of data, AI, social media to predict disruptions. Many times, I want to maybe deliver goods somewhere. I'm already going online to check what's the weather condition in that area, and thank God for Google Maps these days. They're able to tell you maybe the road is not good or something. You see it, they'll tell you. And then even when it's time for weather, they'll tell you, okay, rain is going to fall by so time. And to a large extent, these things have been kind of working like accurate. Even if maybe sometimes the rain will delay 2 hours or an hour, but it still gives you an idea. So if you're going to an area that is easily flooded, you're able to plan your logistics to say, okay, I shouldn't be there by 12 p.m. because weather map says it's going to fall by 12 p.m. Rain is going to fall by 12 p.m. So I should be there earlier. So you're already planning your route. So all these things help. So you need to start integrating technology. Then to another one, that's the last one I would like to talk about, is community-based logistics. So we need to start empowering local players, cooperatives. We need to work with cooperatives. We cannot work in isolation. We need to come together. I'm very big on collaboration and clusters. So now we are all here on this platform. By now, you should start knowing people that are within your area. Like I heard someone talking about Zambia. What are people from Zambia? What are they doing? How can I collaborate? Where can we build something together? Those kind of conversations need to start happening because that's the way we are able to spread our tentacles and actually be climate resilient. So we need to start having a decentralized hub. Your business cannot just be one place and just about you. You need to start looking for, okay, I'm here, I'm in Edo State. How can I do business in Lagos? How can I do business in Ogun State, in Jos, in Kaduna, in Kano, or even outside Nigeria? So I need to start networking and talking to people. This community-based model actually helps our logistics and transportation to be climate smart. Then mitigation strategies. I highlighted 4 that I'm going to talk about. Number 1 is the green transport. This means that we should start transitioning to fleet or electric hybrid vehicles or even solar powered cold chain. So thankfully, the content of the course was, I heard someone talking about how she went to the extra link and saw those boxes and all. These things are everywhere now, like becoming more and more popular in the market. So it's not like it's something that is out of reach or very expensive or something. Now, if you cannot afford, like I said earlier, that's the reason to collaborate. So you call up somebody that has that truck, for example, you're able to get a contact. Then you tell the person, I can't afford, can I lease? Can I pay for rental services? I'm moving this, and I'll be moving twice in a week. What would the fee be like? You can incorporate that to your cost of delivery of goods to the person. And mind you, before you're thinking it will be very expensive, it's usually cheap. Because at the end of the day, when maybe someone is ordering, for example, 100 kg of fish, don't mind me, I'm using fish a lot. That's like my main, So 100 kg of fish, for example, and I'm not having the vehicle to move it now. So I call up someone that has the vehicle. I want to move this, that. I've already told the person that made the order, this is the cost of logistics. I think that we are in the logistics and distribution part of the value chain, we need to start getting bold. We need to start getting bold about costing or valuing our services. Because many times it looks like, oh, by the time I had the cost of logistics, the price of the thing will be very high. No, differentiate it. This is the price of the good you're buying. This is the cost of logistics. Logistics is not cheap. You have to pay for it. The goods need to get to you in good condition, and it will cost money. It will cost something. So it cannot just come free. The thing is that if we keep shying away from it, then people will keep feeling like, well, what am I paying for? What am I paying? Why am I paying that high? Yeah, what are you doing just to bring the goods to me? But if the goods don't get to you, then imagine if all of us now want to, the number of us here, and we are not able to access food in the market. That's already translating to starvation, translating to malnutrition, translating to different kind of diseases and sicknesses that some families will start dealing with because their children have not eaten in days. So logistics is very important and we must stand up for it. So that's the green transport as a mitigation strategy. Another mitigation strategy is adopting energy efficient storage. And I already spoke about that earlier as per adaptation is also a mitigation because it's something more and more people need to start coming into. We need to start considering, can we come together to build a warehouse that is solar powered? can we come together to build a code hub? There's a brand code hub, yes, we saw it in the video, in the content, but like a storage facility where all of us, this is what we are producing, and we have a place, and we are sharing the place, and then we can now even lease out part of that space to other people. These are the ways we can mitigate and ensure that our business is climate smart. Another thing is packaging innovation. We need to start reducing the single use of packaging materials, So after a while, I started telling people, if I'm packing your fish in Ziplocs and you reorder fish and you're not bringing that Ziploc for packaging, you will pay. So at first, it looked very funny. People thought I was joking. They didn't take me serious. But what I was trying to do was I was trying to teach my customers that this Ziploc, I'm investing in it as a packaging material because I want it to be reused. I want to reduce the carbon footprint of my business. So sometimes some of them will say, but why are you insisting that I use that one again? Just use another one. I said, well, if I'm using another one, this is the cost. Why will I pay so high for using another one? Then bring the old one. The essence is because I'm, now informing them that these things have a way of going back to the environment, and I want my business to be climate smart. So these are the things I'm adopting, and little by little, they started getting used to it, such that okay, when you bring my fish for me, don't worry, I'll put it in my basket, or I'll do it. They started bringing their, packaging stuff or whatever it is they want to use to move it home to their houses at the point of exchange. So another thing is carbon footprint tracking. Okay, I see someone saying, is there a way we can see the slide? Okay. I'll probably just share the slide with Patience after. I don't know if that's okay. Patience, or should I share now?
Okay, so yes, you can share now if you want to share your screen. We have made you a co-host so that you can share your screen. Then if you want to also send it later, I think that's even preferable. The participant will want to have it and go through it again later, right?
Okay.
So I think that would be better. But if you
All
can
right.
share now, please. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll send it in. I'll send it in. My speaking time is almost up too, so let me just wrap up so that we can have time for questions. Then I'll send the slide in later. So adaptation versus mitigation. So there are different logistics issue, cutting across transport, cutting across storage, cutting across waste, cutting across marketing. And we've already established that adaptation is coping with the climate shock, while mitigation is reducing the activities that would, cause adverse effects. So like in transport now, which is a major logistic issue, what kind of adaptation strategy can we adopt? We can develop flexible routes. Like I said earlier, you can use decentralized distribution hubs to ensure continuity of your products, like the distribution of your products. So don't just put everything one place. Don't just be the islander. Collaborate with people that you can work with, that can, your products can easily get to anywhere in good condition, in a very short time. Then under transport, mitigating, like I said, we need to start incorporating energy efficient vehicles. We can start that by, even if we can't afford to buy one, we can start by reaching out to these people that already have this infrastructure and paying for a lease period and just seeing how it is that we can use it for our business. Then in part of storage, we need to start investing in solar-powered cold rooms, insulated containers, so that we can reduce spoilage during it, in transit and all that. Then we need to improve the energy efficiency in warehouses also. Then concerning waste, we need to start training ourselves in how to reuse our waste. So when Patience was reading about me, you must have heard something about black soldier fly. Okay, so I started reading about that, like I think last year. I learned about it, and then I started talking to people. So there are already farmers that are doing this thing. I don't have to do the love cage and everything, okay, but how can it benefit my business? And what I've come to realize that it's a very efficient way of composting, because these flies, their larvae, actually feed on waste. So whatever waste you have on your farm, you don't now need to start saying, oh, I have a lot of waste, I don't know how to dispose it, it's causing environmental pollution, or it's making my business not climate smart. You could get this larva just in small quantity. And because when they feed on waste, they decompose the waste. Then they grow, they reproduce. The larva can also be used to feed, if you're a livestock farmer, your fish, your poultry, your pigs, very high protein source. So that's another thing. We need to start looking at all those other options. How we can convert food waste into compost quickly. Then in marketing, like I said, connecting buyers and sellers when physical markets are not accessible. We are talking about online, using technology, farmer markets, and even as clusters, having maybe as simple as a WhatsApp group can save a lot. We are promoting sustainable branding. That's a way to mitigate. So using your eco-friendly packaging and to reduce environmental footprint. So quickly, I would like us to go back to the question I asked earlier. I asked us to identify our biggest logistics challenge. That challenge you have identified, can you propose now one adaptation strategy, at least one adaptation strategy and one mitigation strategy? So you can share with us, you can share it in the group, like, okay, this is the challenge of my business. This is the adaptation strategy I'm proposing. This is the mitigation strategy I'm proposing, so that we can learn from each other. That's the essence of the live interactive section. So you can share it in the chat box. We'll be seeing the comments along the way. So as I wrap up, I would like to leave off with 3 action points, which is diagnose, collaborate, and monitor. What do I mean by diagnose? You need to start understanding your business. Map out your logistics chain. Okay, so what is my storage point? What are my transport routes? Who are my suppliers? Then identify where climate shock can come in. You understand? Like, okay, in this area, because these are the network of people I supply, the places I go to, their road is always bad. It's already like a vulnerability. So you need to start thinking, okay, I'm already faced with this vulnerability. Is there a way I can reduce it that it does not negatively affect my business? So those are the things, that's where diagnose come in. Those are the action plans I'm talking about. I'm talking about the action plans you can start immediately for your business. Diagnose your business, map out your logistics chain, identify your storage points, identify your transport routes, identify your suppliers, then identify where vulnerabilities lie amongst these things, and come up with your team. How can we address it? The thing now is that for every business is going to be specific. So it's not like a general thing. And even where you are located, so we also affect. So that's one. Then number 2, collaborate. I said that earlier. Partner with local cooperatives. If there's no cooperative that you know about, this course and this platform is a good place to collaborate. Look for people within your location. They might not exactly be doing the same thing you are doing, but everyone needs to move their products. So we have a common interest. So how can we help each other? Then in monitor, you need to start reviewing your transport routes. You need to cut down unnecessary trip. So there's something that I do. If, like in Benin, if I have someone in the GRA, maybe Airport Road, just the GRA axis, like 2 or 3 people making order for fish, I try to deliver on the same day. So I just do group orders. That way, you're also, reducing your carbon footprint. So instead of today, you go deliver to A, tomorrow you go deliver to B, next tomorrow you go deliver to C. And you're just within a radius that you can actually group them. So what you can do is to start informing your customer that, okay, it's not immediately you will get it. Once you make an order, delivery takes 2 days. So once another order comes in, like delivery takes 2 days, so you know that I'm delivering things maybe twice in a week, something like that. You get, then that plan will help you monitor your carbon footprint. So these are the 3 action plans: diagnose, collaborate, and monitor. So as future leaders in resilience, think about this. Every logistic or distribution decision you make can either increase vulnerability or build resilience. The role we have is to be intentional. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for giving us all of these insights. I know that because some people actually think that logistics and distribution has to do with only companies that are directly into supply chains or logistics and distribution. But then in your business, you move things, you move your products, you move your goods, you also sell to customers and you have to deliver to them. All of these are actually logistics that you need to consider in your business and all that. Thank you so much, and thank you for reminding us to diagnose, to collaborate, and to monitor. Thank you so much. So I'll share my screen again and quickly introduce the second speaker for today. So we're going to take the questions and answers after the second speaker has spoken, so that we don't do back and forth with questions first and then go back to speakers and all that. So we just have the 2 speakers talk to us, after which we'll now start the questions together. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And so many people are saying thank you in the comments section. We will share my screen. Okay, yes. All right. So the next speaker we have today is Victoria Famuyiwa. She's the founder of Tori Foods Limited. So Victoria started Tori Foods as a food delivery business in 2018. She established the foodstuff business in 2020, registered it in 2021, what a journey, and subsequently updated the industry to become a limited liability company in 2023. Tori Foods Limited caters not only to people in Lagos, but also to customers outside Nigeria, such as Turkey, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Driven by a passion for women, Victoria founded a foundation in 2024 to empower them economically by providing support to women in business. She also has a platform where she speaks on spiritual and social issues. Victoria is keen on both development and business growth. This prompted her to enroll and completed courses from programs such as the Enterprise Development Center, EDC, in 2023, the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, a United States of America Exchange Program in 2023, the MTN Yellowpreneur in 2024, the Daystar Skills Acquisition Program in 2024, and the Building Resilience Against Climate and Environmental Shocks, a program of the African Food Chain Makers in 2024. You know, the interesting part of this thing is that you're talking to an alumni of the BRACE program. It means that this person that wants to speak with you is someone that has actually gone through this, has implemented this, and it has worked, and wants to, you know, encourage you on how to, you know, go about whatever it is that you're doing in your business. So with some motivation in the comment section, let us welcome Victoria to the virtual podium. Hi, Victoria. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good
Can you hear me?
afternoon. Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead. Yes.
All right. It's my pleasure to be here. Just like she introduced, I did this program just last year, and it was amazing. It was stressful, of course. So I understand some of you, having to read up, having to answer the questions, and then just trying to meet up and make sure that making sure that you finish. So last year, I learned some of these things, and it was amazing to me when our program coordinator reached out and said, okay, let me take this class. So this is a challenge to someone in the room that probably next year you're going to be here teaching us what you have learned. So it's a pleasure to be here, and congratulations on being a part of this program. And I wish you all the best of luck to finish and then to grow and scale your businesses. So I'm speaking on adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution. And my friend Jennifer has done an amazing job. Yeah, amazing job on this already. I'm going to speak, focus on 4 points. The first one is, practice green and clean logistics. That's one. Then cold storage. And we're speaking of food waste transformation. And then the last one is marketing. So the first thing is practice green and clean energy. Clean and green logistics, I mean. How do you do this? Or what does it mean? Let's start from there. What does it mean to practice clean and green logistics? It means that as you move your goods, I'm a food service business owner. I also do food delivery in Lagos. So when you want to move your goods, depending on what you sell, you will definitely need logistics. Maybe you're moving, for example, in my own case, I move from Ondo State most of the time to Lagos to sell. So that's logistics. Now, the point of this course is to make us know. Now, before I forget, I want to quickly say this. For small business owners, it may seem daunting when you hear some of these things. Jennifer has spoken about a lot of them, and you're wondering, how can I afford to do this? For now, I definitely cannot do this. I'm going to be mentioning some things, and you may be wondering, I can't afford to do that. But I want to say that it's good you know these things. So as much as possible, what you can do for now, you do them, you practice them. First of all, they're in your head. Okay, I need to do this, I need to put this in place. And when your business, as it progresses, as your business grows from level to level, you understand, then you can start implementing these things as much as you can. So let me put it out there, and so that you don't feel like, oh, I'm in the wrong room. You are not. You are in the right room. Pay attention as you read, and as speakers come on, you listen to them, and then you see how you can pick what they're saying, how it applies to your business at the moment, and then how it's going to apply to your business as it grows. We all want our businesses to grow. So definitely, by God's grace, you're going to reach there, get to that point where you can actually do all of this and teach other people. So don't give up. Keep trying. Thank you, Precious. So the first thing is in logistics. Now, the first point I'm talking about is on logistics, and you're looking at maybe using electric bikes. It's interesting to know that there's a company in Lagos. I reside in Lagos. I run my business in Lagos. I don't know if I should mention their name. They're in Lagos, and they produce electric bikes. That's what they do. So you can, like Jennifer said, I'll keep referring to it because she said a lot, and she did well. Kudos, Jennifer. So using electric bikes, you may not be able to afford it now, but you can collaborate. For people in Lagos, I'm here in Lagos, and for wherever you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, where if you have these opportunities, you can key into them and collaborate with other people so that you can either on lease or you buy, and whatever works. So, and then apart from that, on logistics, you can also optimize routes. So if you're going somewhere, you are sending packages, for example, in Lagos to Surulere, and maybe somebody wants to buy Gary in Surulere, another person is also buying across that route, maybe Bariga, maybe somewhere along the route. You can, use the same day and the same delivery person to say, okay, please, along the way, okay, Airport Road, you can drop this before you get to this, and then optimizing routes. So you can just use this is to minimize your carbon footprint, so that you don't just go and deliver 10 kg palm oil, or 10 kg gari, or 10 liters palm oil in let me say in Ikeja, and you are delivering another day or later, maybe in the evening, you are delivering. So as much as possible, I know that in practice, some of these things will probably not really work every time. That's reality, I know. But as much as possible, I think that's the key thing. As much as possible, you reduce carbon footprints. Another way to do that is to use intermodal transportation. I'm really impressed with the lady that spoke earlier, and I had to comment in the chat box. I said, awesome. I liked how she mentioned that intermodal logistics. So we are using not just one, not just road transportation. If you can use rail transportation, if you can use sea, you can use air, you can use, it will reduce if you had to just focus on one means of transportation. If you can use several, then it's fine. It's in the long run reduces the carbon footprint of your business. So I'm going to quickly move on to to the next. Okay, I'm moving on to the benefits of using practicing clean and green logistics. Why should you do this? Why should you practice clean and green logistics? The first one is that it protects the environment, obviously. That's why we are here, for climate change and all of that. So you doing this, you practicing this, will help to protect the environment. That's one. And two, it will provide economic opportunity. That's for, it lowers the costs. When you practice, for example, electric bikes, you are not paying as much as you would if you be using the bikes that use petrol and all of that. So it reduces costs, and therefore you'll be using that money that you're supposed to be spending on fuel every time. You're using it for your business, to grow the business, right? Then you can afford to employ more staff. You can, in fact, you're also providing job for the person, for the company that is producing the electric bikes, because you are their customer. So that's another benefit. Then the third one is improved corporate image. So I'm going to say this. I attended a program earlier this year, and it was interesting to find, people from America joined in, and it was interesting to find that out. When your business practices, you put into place these climate change practices, things that help the environment, and you are practicing this, you are using solar, for example, you are using electric bikes, for example, you put them into, your business profile. So when you are selling, for example, I send sometimes to outside Nigeria. So when you are selling to those people, and you let them know that I do this in my business, they are going to pay you premium. They are going to, they will leave some other businesses that don't practice some of those things and say, oh, so business is practicing this. Let's patronize this business. Number one, you're gaining more customers, especially international customers that value things like this. I know we in Nigeria, in Africa, we are just trying to warm up. I know that. So, and then you can charge a lot for your products, because it's there on your product. You have written it on your products that I practice so thing, I practice this, I practice that. Whatever the amount, maybe times 3 of the market price is on your product, these people will buy it. It was very interesting to me to hear that, to hear them say it. And I'm sharing that with you today, that when you practice these things, they are not, you may be paying more attention, or probably paying more for now, but I'm telling you that in the long run, it pays your business, it pays you as a business owner. So the last thing on the benefits is regulatory compliance. Yeah. So you know that your business is safe, your company is practicing all of this. So there's no flags from anywhere saying now you are flagging, they flag you for something that you are not doing right. So it's good to know the right thing to do. Then the next step is actually doing them. So that's on use of green and clean logistics. The second one I'm going to talk about is use of cold room storage, cold storage. So it's part of the course, and I am glad to hear the lady that shared earlier mentioned that she saw it, and so it means you have the idea of what it is. I'm going to so what you use cold storage for is for food preservation or pharmaceuticals, drugs, vaccines, and all of that. You use cold storage to preserve them, and for obvious reasons, so that they don't go bad. It also prevents starvation or famine, reduces food waste and food loss, and then supply chain stability. When you use cold room storage, that it gives you a kind of a sense of how do I put it, as against you not using. If you are going to buy perishable goods, for example, you will not want to buy too much. In fact, by the time you buy the first time and it goes bad, nobody will tell you the second time to reduce what you're storing. And then, of course, this will affect your supply chain. But if you have a cold room, that's a cold storage that you're using, you can store as much as you can afford to store. Then that means that by any time your customers, if they need, for example, 50 kg or so, you can supply to them because you have them in it. But if you were not using the cold storage, you may not have that at that moment because you will not want to store. By the time you put them there for maybe a few days or some weeks, depending on the products, they go bad. So that also helps. Then is another one there is it prevents food or product loss reduction. There's loss reduction. There's food loss reduction because of you are using cold storage. You're using this, and your stuff, your products, your food, they are preserved. And that's on. I'm going to go to the third one now. Food waste transformation. My brother from another country mentioned that talking about food waste transformation in his country is very interesting to hear that from you. And so this is talking about food waste transformation instead of just throwing them away as the word waste. Instead of saying, okay, this I'm throwing them away, you can convert these things. You can convert the waste as a biogas production or as a composting for biofertilizers. Now, people, I believe you must have heard, especially if you are in Nigeria, you must have heard people say organic food, organic products. So carrots is organic. I don't want the one that is not organic. Of course, organic products are more expensive. So what does it mean? Organic products, that's the cultivation of that product. You are using biofertilizers for them. You are not using chemical. You are not using chemical to, as pesticides or to help them grow whatever the farmers do, right? You are using biofertilizers. So we are saying that you can convert your food waste to as a compost for plants as fertilizers. Then another one there is producing biofuels and animal feed. So you use them as biofuels or animal feed. Yeah, I know some of us are aware or about using maybe, for example, yam peel and stuff like that. Instead of throwing them away, people use them to feed their goats or other animals that eat things like that. So in fact, before I move to the last point, I'm going to quickly share. I think I attended this program last year or so, and there's this person that mentioned that cassava waste. I believe some of you, since you are in that field, we are all African food change makers. So since you're in that field, you're probably aware that the peel of cassava contains the the American guy mentioned that it contains, let me try to remember now. Is it something thin? I hope I remember before the end of the session. So when he mentioned that, I was amazed that, okay, so this thing is the peel of the cassava. And here in my country, in my experience, throw these things away. And the guy is saying that the peel has is it not? I wish I can remember the name of the chemical, and it's very valuable chemical on that peel that they use to produce expensive and things like that. So you can gather these things and they reuse or use it to sell it for people that know the value. So that's on food waste transformation. It helps, of course, in. Okay, thank you very much, Ali. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it well. Pardon me, please. Thank you very much for that. Well, that's not the name I'm trying to remember. I'm guessing that's also part of it. Yeah, but there's something. It ends with thin. So I wish I can't remember, but maybe that's also part of it. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you. So on the last point, I'm going to talk about the benefits of all of this, putting this into practice. Environmental, in fact, I've mentioned them along the line, I believe. Environmental protection, sustainability, resource recovery, food security, economic opportunities. Yeah, I've mentioned this along the line as I was. Thank you very much, Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Methane. Thank you, Thomas. So that's it. So it's interesting to find out that you can convert your waste into another source of income. Yeah. So this is about adaptation and mitigation strategies. Jennifer has mentioned a lot of the strategies. I've just added some in logistics and distribution. So part of what I've written to share is on sustainability, sustainable packaging, and reusing your packaging materials. So because I do food delivery, I use these bowls, delivery bowls. I don't know if you know, maybe some of them in 2 liters, some of them in 3, 5 liters, and so on. And then recently, I decided that why not, instead of the customer paying for the bowls every time they make an order, if it's a returning customer, since you can, as I'm delivering your next order, my delivery person can collect the bowls you used the last time. Do you understand? Maybe the person ordered last month or last week, and the person is ordering again. And I tell I will have, talk to my customer and say, okay, please return. Can you? In fact, one of my customers said it's a good idea that she does not want to be paying every time. So apart from a benefit for her that she does not have to pay for that bowl every time, apart from that, we are also protecting our environment because we are reducing our plastic waste and all of that. So my delivery person goes to her, and then as the person is delivering what I just prepared to give to her, the person is collecting the bowls and returning to me, right? And then I can keep them. She must have washed them, clean them well. So I keep them. Next time she's ordering, I'm using the bowls that she had paid for the first time. I'm using them again for her. In fact, I still have some of them at home that is for my customer, is there, and whenever they order again. So the only person that is paying for bowls are those maybe coming for the first time. And that helps. I also see that there are shops now that in fact the shops around me where I patronize buy groceries from, when you get there, they will ask you. They don't do that before, but that's, in fact, when I noticed it started with, I said that's good because of my exposure to Braze, and I'm happy they are practicing these things. You have to pay for the nylon. So what I do now is to take the nylon. In fact, my husband does that. He will keep the nylon when you are going again, or bags. I have a bag. Sometimes if I can get that, or sometimes the landlord will just take them back to the shop. As you're buying, are you paying for nylon again? No, I have my own here. So you know, get those things and put them there. In the long run, we are protecting our environment, and it's awesome. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you so much. And the part of this conversation I love is, the practical examples and then your experiences that you have brought, on board. Thank you so much. Hands are already being raised. All right, please, if you have questions, please raise your hand for any of the facilitator, whether Jennifer or Victoria. Please raise your hand. If I start calling name and you go and raise your hand later, I will not call you. So it is better to see your hands now, so that we will know the people that want to ask questions, so that people's questions will not be giving birth to other questions. And of course, you can put your question in the chat box if you do not want to raise your hand to speak. I'll check it there and read it out for the facilitator. Okay, so there's one hand raised, James Paul Nayo. Please, I'm asking you to unmute and ask your question.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I really want to say this lecture is really timely, and it's very educative. Anyway, just to go straight forward to my, should I call it a question or a comment? I don't really know. So I'm the founder of Janapa Farm here in Adamawa, and currently I'm in Michigan. So basically, during this season, we have a lot of production of tomatoes, harvest. Tons, let me just say 10,000 tons will be even harvested in one location. And what happens here is that after this harvest, you discover that there's a lot of wastage. A lot of wastage of tomatoes, and the prices will even crash down. So I was just thinking around, looking at the energy saving vehicle and other technologies on how to see how you can explore the market. I was just thinking around, how could one, go about this, looking at the location where we are, it's very difficult. In fact, I've not even seen any of these either vehicle or machines that are using these solar gadgets, to transport these goods. And then, of course, tomatoes thrive in a certain temperature, maybe before you get to one particular destination. If not carefully checked, you discover that you have much damage. So I don't know, what can someone do maybe to explore this market better from this end? Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. I think this is still a question, and we'll throw it back to our facilitators that have, all of the experience. So what can we do to explore this market, thus, smart vehicles, cold storage, and all of the things that you have talked about? How can we explore the market now practically? Because like what James said, is actually in a location where these things are not really rampant and all of that. So what can he do? Is there a way to, innovate? Is there anything he's able to do and all of that? So I'll just leave it to our facilitators, Jennifer or Victoria, to speak. Yes, hi,
Okay.
Jennifer. Okay.
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear you. Okay, thank you very much, James, for your question. So while you were talking, I was just thinking, the need to explore, because you said from one location you can get 10,000 tons of tomato, and this is the period where it's in season. So have we tried to explore off-taking agreements? So I know that there's tomato juice, and Adamawa to Jos, I don't think it's like a lot. I might not be correct, I'm not sure. But I've read about tomato juice, and if as farmers, you people come together to say, okay, in this season, we'll be supplying tomato juice, and you people have an agreement with such a company that will come and off take. I think such a thing will work. So it's not going to be like when it's peak season. So you just make the company understand that it's not like we are your regular suppliers. Or this is the issue we have in our peak season, and this is where we want you to come in. So this is our price. What is your price? Come to negotiation and sign the deal. So logistics, we don't really have what can bring it to you. Do you have any logistic guide that you can refer to us? So all these kind of discussions can go on around a round table and see how you take it from there. Then another thing is you can also now come together to say, let's have a processing facility. So when tomato is in bulk like that, processed to puree, to paste, or even to dry powder. So you can have your dehydrator. So these things are things we can just look up. Like I know that there is a National Institute for stored and processed something, sha. I can't remember their full name now, but basically what they do, they offer exactly NISPRI, thank you. So they offer engineering services. Like if you say you want a dehydrator for tomato, they can help you construct it, fabricate it here in Nigeria, and then they'll send it over to you in Adamawa. So maybe if you have like 2, 3, 4, 5 persons coming together, okay, well, this is how much the dehydrator costs. And once tomato is in season, we'll be using it in rotation. You dry today, you dry tomorrow. So all these things are something but basically it will still require the collaboration of farmers. Only you, James, cannot do it. So you need people to work with. So I think that you can start from there. So it's not like, oh, what can I do? I can't do anything on my own. So you can just start talking to people, talk to your co-farmers. You guys, how can we maximize our tomato glut season? These are the ideas I'm having. Are you people interested? Okay, so let's see how we can sign off for an off-taker. Let's see how we can get a processing machine and so take it up from there. Thank you. I hope I've been
Thank you
able to answer your
so
question.
much. Yeah, thank you so much, Jennifer. James was doing a lot of, thumbs up, looking like you answered these questions accurately. So there's actually a very interesting question in the chat box, and the person said, Baridatu Victory. He said, nice presentation, ma. He said, my question is, what do you do about bags that are very light, that have been used to package some products that have exceeded its elasticity? Shouldn't they be disposed? Like we've been talking about reusing and reusing. If they become light, should we not dispose them? Please. Okay, Victoria.
That's a very good question, actually. A very good one. Thank you for asking. The idea thing actually is to get paper bags for delivery, right? In fact, I've looked into incorporating that into my business. It's been a challenge. I'm hoping to overcome soon. But the next thing is, these nylons that we use. So when the nylon has expired, or you have used and of course you have to get. My answer is you have to get another one. So I don't know if I can answer. I saw 2 questions in the chat room I would like to answer.
Please go ahead, please.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Okay. Somebody asked, we wanted clarification on what carbon offsetting means. That's Joseph. So what I believe it means is, carbon offsetting. That's when you use these products that emit gas, right, or releases gas to the atmosphere. That's you are increasing the carbon. But when you move away or reduce the use of these machines or things that releases all this carbon, then I believe it's carbon offsetting, or you are reducing them. You are reducing your carbon footprints. That's what it means, Mr. Joseph, to the best of my knowledge. So I hope I answered your question. Then I want to answer Enoch. I'm interested in answering your question because I'm also in food business and I know how it is to struggle at the beginning to get customers. You want to know, please, for those that are starting a food business, how do you sort or get your customer? I don't know if this is right to ask, but for efficiency, I just want to know. I would like to answer that, starting, like I said, it can be very challenging. I've been there, so I know. But you keep doing it. There may be some weeks that you won't even get patronage, but you keep showing up. Maybe go online. In fact, that's what I do. I sell mostly online. That's where my presence is like 70%. Then the sales I get offline is just 30%. So I'm on Facebook, I'm just suggesting this to you because that's how I navigated mine. There are platforms, social media platforms. There are also online marketing platforms like Gigi, where I use, and then you can get you can get orders from outside Nigeria, you can get from across Nigeria. And then of course these African food chain makers has a marketplace group. So register, become a member, and get into that group where they sell, can post your products. You don't know who is in Mina or in another country that needs a large quantity of what you sell. So you can just use these platforms. Technology is our friend these days. You can use it to get more customers. I hope I've answered your question.
All right, thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you. You just made the job very easy for me. Thank you. So I'll just call the next person, Alinuswe Kapisa. Please unmute and ask a question.
Thank you very much, Victoria and Jennifer. Actually, I think my question may have been answered. It was directed to Victoria, and I wanted to share that one of my biggest challenges. I was doing market research. I'm doing peppers, sweet peppers, yellow and red pepper. So I've ever since I started this program, I've decided to go organic. So I've started implementing some of the things that we're talking about, regenerative and precision agriculture. And yeah, so the products are going to be organic. So I have been trying to market it, and all the markets that I have for my current non-organic, inorganic products are not willing to pay a higher price for organic. So I've really been doing my research, and it feels like from a climatic point of view, it feels like a win, but from a financial point of view, it feels like, is this going to benefit me financially? So I also wanted to find out how you tapped into that market that was willing to pay more than the regular market because you are doing something different with your products. So I don't know if the answer is the same as what you just gave, Victoria, or there's something else as well.
Okay. Should I go ahead? Okay. Your question is very interesting, and I was just nodding my head that I definitely. So what I will suggest, what I actually sell is cassava flour, and palm oil, stuff like that. So, but what I will suggest to you, as you are selling organic products, you need to know your markets. You need to know your target audience, right? You need to know people who place premium on the product you have. It's not everybody that is your customer. You understand what I'm saying? People who don't mind consuming inorganic products would not be willing to pay the price for organic. But believe that there are people, they may not be in your vicinity. So this is where technology comes in again. You have now, the world is a global village. You have places where people have that money. One, they have that money, and they are very particular about buying organic products. You need to know where they are. You need to do a little more research. You are going to do a little bit more work. Sorry to say that, but that's reality, I believe. That you have to get who are, they may not even be here, your vicinity. When I say here, I mean Nigeria. So when you sell in all these global sites that you can, I don't want to be mentioning if I'm permitted to anyway, mentioning some platforms where you have, I believe even African food chain makers, you can post, on their site. I believe there's a space for that. One of my products is there. You can post there. Mr. Anosa will assist you. Mr. Anosa, don't be annoyed. I'll give you assignment. So you can post there, right? And label it as organic. So whatever price you put makes sense, right? And people who are there are people looking for organic products. There are people looking for organic products. You just need to know where they are. You just need to push your business, your products to their faces. Let them see it. And they'll be willing to pay. They'll contact you, they'll be willing to pay, and you take off from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you so much. I think the last hand raised is Chinwe Esther Organic. Please, Chinwe Esther, go ahead. Hi, Chinwe. I'm asking you to unmute and ask your question. Okay, looks like Chinwe is not available yet, but there is a question in the comment section, and I think this is for you, Jennifer. Though you have talked about this, but maybe the person did not hear the explanation.
Hello.
Okay. Please hold on a while, and I'll let you speak. So it looks like maybe the person did not understand, but said, can we get more information on what Diagnose, Collaborate, and Monitor is? So
Okay,
please,
thank you.
You want to explain more to us what it means to diagnose, collaborate.
Okay, thank you. What I meant by diagnose, collaborate, and monitor was like the action plans you can start with. So when I talked about diagnose, I said what you can start to do is you should map out your logistics chain. So as a business, what are my storage points? Where are my transport routes or routes? Where am I moving goods from? Even if it's your raw material from the producer or the supplier to yourself, from yourself back to the consumer, all those routes should be mapped out so that you can now see, okay, rather than going from point A to point D, I can actually bypass points B and C through these short routes, and that one will save me some costs, save me even cut down my carbon footprint too. So that's what I meant about mapping out your logistics chain, your storage point, your transport route, your suppliers. Then you need to identify where am I vulnerable. So after mapping out everything that has to do with logistics and distribution about your business, try to just, you are the one in the business, so you would know, okay, this point is a vulnerable point for me. After identifying it, discuss with your team members, how can we make this vulnerability become a strength? What can we do? So that's the whole idea of diagnosing. And I was saying that it is not a general thing. There's no rule of thumb. Everybody's business is different. And even if it's the same business, in different location have different results. Yes, so you can't judge by another person's business. Then I said they need to collaborate, you need to partner with local groups, cooperatives, clusters, okay, how can we have a common interest? We are all producers, or we are all processors, or we are all suppliers, or even if we are not all producers or processors, we are all in the agri-food value chain, and we need to be moving things. So how can we help each other? Those kind of collaborations and partnerships are very necessary. And then monitor. So once you've diagnosed and you're collaborating and you're taking actions, you need to start monitoring. Okay, yes, I've started cutting down my transportation route. I've started saving fuel and cutting down my carbon footprint. Okay, I've started getting more referrals or more calls. So because these things are what we give you a kind of incentive to go on with your action plan, that you're making progress. So there's a need to monitor and evaluate. And if you did something that didn't work well, you go back to the drawing table. Okay, I did this thing, it didn't really produce the result I wanted, so how can I make it better? So those are the 3 action plans we can start with. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So Esther, please, you can go ahead now. Esther is the last person we'll be able to take for today. If you have other questions, please send it to us via email or even in the WhatsApp. We will try to, direct it to the appropriate quarters. Esther, please, I'm asking you to unmute and speak.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, there's an echo. If there's like a TV set or something close, so you might have to turn it off or reduce the volume because there's an echo. Can you hear me? Hi, Esther.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
There's a serious echo from your end, so we can barely hear what you're saying.
Okay, let me reduce my volume. Is it okay now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, it's better. Please go ahead.
Okay, it was the volume. Good evening, everyone. My name is Chinwe Esther Agane. I am the Executive Director for Esther Telfit Foundation. We are into capacity building as well as processing, packaging, and sales of healthy food for persons living with diseases that are life-threatening, like cancer, diabetes, and all. Well, my core question is that if we look at all we've been learning, the federal government, through the National Agricultural Resilience Framework, which was established in 2014, agrees to building a resilient agricultural sector with the framework of institutionalizing risk management, technology development, and all that. My question now is there any way with this program we've done with participants to come together, come up with a viable policy that we can drive and get the government to partner with public sector to begin to mitigate for us, starting with roads. Most of the products that come through roads, I was coming down from a trip and I saw trailers, about 3, packed with fruits, collapsed together, all the products on the road, and they were picking both sands and all. Can the government in any way do something about the feeder roads from where major food products come into the marketplaces and begin to actually be responsible? They make policies and they never ever do anything about it. Is there any way BRACE program, through their beautiful participants, can begin to come together, form teams, and we begin to advocate? Because there's a little that entrepreneurs can do all by their own when the government is just there sitting and watching us suffer this much, only to come and get taxed after. Please, can we do something policy-wise, advocacy-wise, to strengthen the works we're doing, beautiful works we're doing all over Africa? Can our government rise and begin to own up all the promises they make in all the major world programs that they are part of? That's my heart cry here this evening. Thank you so much for listening.
All right, thank you so much, Chinwe Esther. I could, feel the passion from your voice and the way you talk and all of that. You see, that's actually why we do some of these programs, right? To enable entrepreneurs, even individuals, to be aware of all of these things that's happening and all of that. So one of the AFC, our BRACE program, cannot do everything, right? That's actually why we are, training, building capacity of entrepreneurs to be able to speak up, to be able to know what to say, even when they get the opportunity to say things and all of that. And then to be able to, come together, network, and then build up cooperatives, build up, institutions among themselves and all that, to be able to say, okay, we are going to start promoting advocacies and all of that. So it is really a lot. And asking Jennifer or Victoria, none of us will be able to answer the question for the government as to why the government is not responsive. And then this is not even for a particular country alone. This cuts across everywhere in Africa. But then we'll continue to speak. We'll continue to, promote advocacy. We'll continue to create awareness. We'll continue to just talk and all that. So one day we'll hope that be able to get things right and then do things properly within the country, right? Thank you so much, Esther. Thanks for that. I saw it as a contribution, right? Because that's actually provoking everybody's thoughts and curiosity here to say that for everything that we know, it is time to speak. We have different channels, even your social media channels, everywhere we have opportunities to now start speaking directly from our little places. You do not have to be in front of National Assembly or in front of Parliament in your country to speak. Just from your little social media handles, you can start putting out some of this information, start demanding for the right things to be done and all of that. Really, thank you so much. Thank you. And so quickly, let's put on our videos and take pictures with our facilitators. You know the way we always do it now, because you never can tell where you go and see Jennifer, where you see Victoria, and you might have to just say, oh, I know you guys in Uganda or South Africa. Jennifer can just come around to Johannesburg and you're like, I saw you were together in that platform where you spoke to us and all that. This is your evidence. So screenshot your evidence now so that you use it later. All right, thank you so much for putting on your videos, and team members, please help us and get these pictures and all that. Thank you so much, everyone. I see many videos on, and this is really great. Thank you. Beautiful faces, handsome faces. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All right, thank you so much. I know that pictures have been taken. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much, Victoria, for the insights that you've brought this evening or maybe afternoon, depending on where some of our participants have joined from. So thank you so much. We really do appreciate, especially with all of the practical terms that we have used, all of the technical know-hows, all of the insights, everything that you have shared with us here is really valuable. We appreciate them, and participants are already saying thank you, ladies, from Lillian, amazing session, from Jennifer. Grace is saying thank you for the insight. So many people are just saying thank you. You never can tell how much you have impacted, or you never know how much you have impacted this evening. Thank you for the impact. We are very grateful, and we hope to collaborate with you again some other time, Jennifer and Victoria. Thank you so much, and to have a good evening. So all our participants, I know that some of you have not finished your sessions in the portal. So please, this is module 4, and this is the time for you to finish module 4. If you have not done module 4 yet, you are wrong. But then for those of you that have completed all the modules in the portal, we're going to be opening the portal today. After the session, I will ensure that we open the portal for you to start downloading your certificates from today and other. But if you still have questions as to, maybe you're still confused as to the portal, or there is something that is still confusing to you, please let us know. You can even raise your hand here and I'll call you to ask a question and I'll quickly clarify here right now. But I will have to share my screen again and let us celebrate the top scholars for the week. Someone is already raising their hand. Please hold on. Let us celebrate our top scholars first. Afterwards, would call you to, ask your question. So for this week, we have so many people that came out top scholars, like a lot of hard work this week, a lot of hard work in Module 3. You all refused that, so you must just come out top. And, we had so many people came out top scholars for the week, and I'm really proud of you all. I'm really proud of all of our top scholars this week. It means that you are putting work, you're putting commitments, and like as the name implies, building resilience. You have built a lot of resilience for Module 3. So thank you very much. So in no particular order, just like you're seeing in the screen, I would call the top scholars. So please, let's celebrate them in the comment section. You might just be a top scholar anytime soon. So in the comment section, or even with the use of emoji, please let us celebrate our top scholars for the week. So for the first person we have here is Gambo Garba from Nigeria. We have Favor Solomon from Nigeria as well. We have Philip Chidumayo from Malawi, Wasila Dauda from Malawi. We have Esther Kapinga from Democratic Republic of Congo. We have Jacqueline Integula from Malawi. We have Unicha Dladla from South Africa, Abdurrahman Husseini, Nigeria, Anna Irungu from Kenya, Abubakar Musa from Nigeria, Ojeba Migbe Olufemi from Nigeria, MSR Soriane is from Botswana. MS Soriane is from Botswana. Fadiyimu Arbat from Nigeria. Magauta Lenong from South Africa. Abubakar Musa from Nigeria. Christiana Matudi from Nigeria. Dinio Magote from South Africa. Muhammad Abib from Nigeria. Melody Ngoyamo from Zimbabwe. Muhammad Musa, Nigeria. Aliyu Udu, Nigeria. Antonios Karuro from Botswana. Amanda Zogza, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name well, from South Africa. Abibu Hassan from Nigeria. Webster Bwalia from Zambia, and Abu Ibrahim from Nigeria. Thank you so much, everyone that came out of scholars this week, for your dedication. This is not taken for granted. It means that you've been committed to the program, and then this is showing forth in you being the top scholar for the week. I'm looking forward to the top scholars for week 4. Really, you better say congratulations to these people in the comment section so that people celebrate you when your time comes as a top scholar. So congratulations to every one of you that came top scholar for this week. So quickly, I'll put up the poll for us to, assess the session for today. Let us know with the poll if what we should improve and what we should leave and all of that. So I'm just going to put up the poll now, stop sharing and put up the poll so that we'll see the people that are raising their hands to ask questions. So if you were raising your hand, please, you can raise it again and I'll ask you to unmute and ask your question. So please, if you can see the question, if you can see the poll, please go ahead and fill it just like we always do. It's an opportunity for us to be able to, improve the sessions and get better with our delivery in the sessions. Please go ahead and take the poll or the survey. Nobody has taken it. I hope you can see it. Okay, it means that you all can see it in the comment section. All right, thank you so much. So I'll just leave the poll to for everyone to fill while we'll try to answer all of the questions from people that have questions. All right, thank you so much. Kalipa Pelukazi, please go ahead and unmute. You're still muted.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, Patience.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for the wonderful session. I wanted to ask, are we still going to have access to the material and the portal once we finish the course?
Okay, yes, so for the portal is going to be open after the 6th week. We're going to leave it open for maybe people that are not able to meet up with completing the course at the 6th week. We'll leave it open for another 1 month or thereabouts so that all of these people are able to meet up and then they're also able to take the courses and all of that. So because we'll be having all the batches and other cohorts come into the program and all of that, we may not leave it open for a long time for people that are in the program now, because we need to onboard new people into the program. And so it's the time is limited. So maybe you have like additional 1 month to still go through the modules in the portal and all that, we'll definitely share them with you so that you have all of those. So the only thing you don't have access to after the portal is closed is just the videos. And then for this live interactive session, you can always go on YouTube and watch them. We ensure that it is left open and made public on YouTube so that even after the program, you can still go back to them again. You can still have access to them. Thank you so much for that question. I hope I answered your question. All right, Oladimeji Usman, please go ahead. Hi, Usman, I'm asking you to unmute and speak.
I've done that.
All right, please go ahead.
Good evening, and thank you very much for the program. It's really helpful. My question is that my Module 2 assessment, I'm having problem with it in the sense that it has endless questions, and the question keep repeating itself.
Oh, so sorry about that. I think someone had the same issue some days ago. The person reached out to me to say that I think it was even Mode 3 or there about that. He's seeing 125 questions in Mode 3
Me, I'm
assessment,
seeing
and that was really strange to me.
435, like 435
Wow.
questions.
Please refresh your page again and check the assessments, please. And if it's persists, please reach out to me and let's check it together. But refreshing the page should settle it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, welcome. Miriam, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. This is Miriam from Uganda. I'm sorry that I've missed the last two sessions where I couldn't access the network. So my inquiry is, can I still be able to follow, to listen in and do the assignments that are supposed to be done and catch up with the rest? Thank you.
Yes, please. Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, it's because of people like you that are leaving the portal open for another 1 month after the 6th week. Right, so for those of you that were not able to follow up and all of that, to still be able to join and complete the sessions and then still be able to try to pardon it, to still be able to have access to the certificate, but then you can still meet up, you can still follow up, and that's why we're leaving it open for a while after we close after the live interactive session ends in the 6th week. Thank you so much. Lukman, please go ahead.
Good morning, ma, and my
Yes, please go
colleagues
ahead.
here. My question is here: did we that completed our modules? Can we go to download or generate our certificate, even if we are not among those that has among the high scorers?
No, irrespective of your score. So for the highest scorers and all that, what we use that for is just for the top scholars and all that. So irrespective of your score, if you complete the race modules or the 6 modules successfully, you would be able to download your certificates, right?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Bashir Ibrahim, please go ahead. Hi, Bashir. I'm asking you to unmute and speak.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon in Nigeria. Yeah. So thank you. The main thing is I want to talk about the last person before. I mean the second person before the last person that I just talked, based on he said there's repetition in his questions and all that. I think to my own perspective, the challenge is maybe if you are watching the video and maybe you skip some, that's one of the reasons why you have that kind of experience. So maybe they should go and rewatch their video from the initial point. The one they skip, they should follow up, then they can be able to see the question and they can even submit it without any interruption. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for contributing. So if you skipped anything in the video, please go back and watch it so that your questions will come out well. Thank you so much, Bashir. Thank you. Please, if you have not answered the survey questions or the poll that is on your screen, please go ahead and answer them. It is actually very, very important for us, like I'll always tell you. So thank you, everyone. I think there is no other hand raised again. Is there any other hand raised? Okay, I don't think so. So quickly, if you are yet to complete your modules, it is actually very advisable to you that you go through your modules. We're going to be opening the certificate download after this call so that everyone that have finished the everyone, please post the link for certificate download. Oh, so the certificate download is going to be in your portal. Go back to the portal, to your dashboard, and click on the assessment history page. If you click on the assessment history page, if you have not taken the post-diagnostic tool, it will ask you to take the post-diagnostic tool, then you will see the certificates. So there is no link whatsoever, right? There's no link. It is still in the same portal where you took all the questions. That's where you're going to be downloading your certificates. I'm seeing one hand up. Okay, please go ahead and ask Abdullahi Aruna. Hi, Abdullahi. I'm asking you to unmute and speak. Hi, I cannot hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, your background is noisy, but I can manage. Please go ahead.
Okay, I'm Abdullah from Nigeria. I have completed my 6 modules, and actually I see another stage again. I don't know. That
Another
stage
stage. What stage did you see? What did you see, please?
See something
What
like
is the stage that you saw?
I can't remember, but there's a stage I saw that day that I should click and continue this thing before.
So after you finish your 6 modules, just like the pre-diagnostic tool, before you started, you had to answer some questions before you got access to the portal and started module 1. That was the pre-diagnostic. What?
Okay.
So after that, when you end your 6 modules, you are going to see another questions, just like the way you saw questions in the beginning. That is the post-diagnostic. So you have the pre-diagnostic and the post-diagnostic as well. You have to answer the post-diagnostic too before you gain access to the your certificate. So the post-diagnostic too, just like the pre-diagnostic, is just to assess your business and then to assess how much you have come with the course, if you gain any insight and all of that. So that's actually what the post-diagnostic tool is all about. It's not an exam, right? It's not an exam, it's just a diagnostic tool that you need to just complete before you download your certificates. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Another question.
Oh, okay, please go ahead.
Okay, I've not been seeing my name for among the top scholar.
Because you're not a top scholar. Because you're not a top scholar, that's why you didn't see your name as a top scholar. So for the people that come out as top scholars, there are people that have the highest course and see the highest attendance, right? So these are people that come out as top scholars, just like we described in the beginning, that to become a top scholar, you must have the highest course in the portal, and then you must also have good attendance in the live interactive session. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, this is the last question we are taking. Gambo Garuba, please go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Gambo. All right, good afternoon. Please go ahead.
My question is, based on your requirement, from all the modules, you must have an average of 65% before you get access to the certificate. Is it right?
No, so for certificate, that's actually why we have all of the repetitions and all of that, so that you take, if you don't have the 65%
Average.
score, you take it like 3 times. If you, for those of you that didn't get it, the system made you take the assessment again and again and again. And then if at the 3rd time you still didn't get it, we'll just let my people go. And that's what we do, let my people go. So at the end of the day, you are still able to download your certificate as long as you have completed all the 6 modules, even though you didn't get the 65%. Do you understand?
It's okay. I understood now. Thank you very much. Because most of the people were like, you must have an average after all the modules, adding all the modules as in scores divided by the number of the modules. That is, the average should be like 65%. So I was thinking maybe this is the cutoff marks that all the trainees must have before you can
So
be
I
able
have
to.
clarified. So I've
Yeah,
clarified now.
Yeah, it's
If you
understood.
do
Thank
not
you
have,
very much.
I know you have more than 65%. So who doesn't have?
In fact, I have up to 90.
Oh, congratulations. All right.
Thank you.
Oladimeji Usman, all the time. I said that was the last question, but please, because I've called your name, please go ahead and just ask. This is the last one. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
And also about the assignment, I was unable to submit my assignment.
Okay, so you did the assignment, but you were not able to upload it on the link, right?
Yes.
Okay, so please send it to the Grace email. Just send it to the Grace email as an attachment. We'll see it.
To the email. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
training me today again, as always. I am so proud of you all. Thank you so much for attending the live interactive session today. It's really great to have you, and it's really a privilege talking to you for the past 4 weeks. We have 2 more weeks to go. We have week 5 and week 6 to go. And I hope to see you all again next week, Friday, at the same time for the live interactive session for Module 5. Module 5 is really interesting. We're talking about the climate finance, the carbon market, and all of the opportunities that are available in climate smart agriculture. So please, I look forward to seeing you all. I'm sorry, Ali Uhudu, please reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll definitely answer your question. But right now, our time is fast spent and we're not able to take more questions. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of the live interactive session today. I really do not take your attendance, your commitment for granted. Do have a good evening or afternoon, depending on where you are joining from. Bye, everyone. See you next week, Friday.